Joining us now is a man who helped cut that deal, Chad Wolf, former acting DHS Secretary and Heritage Foundation visiting fellow. Mr. Secretary, explain to everybody that we paid for this wall. Now we either got to pay to destroy or store this wall, and we need this wall. What do you mean it's costing us money?
Well, absolutely. What we know is we had a number of miles under contract at the end of the Trump administration. We have over about 453 miles built by the end of the administration, but we had a number of other miles under contract. And so you had contractors already had the steel in place in certain locations across that southwest border. And what we know is it's going to cost the American taxpayers that if they continue to cancel these contracts to move that steel, replace certain things that have gone on there along the border to where it was prior to that construction. So it's not a matter of just stopping the contracts. We're actually going to have to pay contractors to get out of those contractors or out of those contracts, which at the end of the day, we just need to finish construction of that border wall system. We know it works. We know that the CBP and customs agents are pleading with the Biden administration to finish construction of that wall. They need that to do their national security mission. We need to listen to the operators and give them that piece of expertise, give them that ability to do that.
But the President of the United States, when he was a senator, voted for 600 miles of wall, of barrier, of fence that wasn't even as effective as the one that's behind you, that didn't have the technology, that didn't have the roads. What's changed?
Well, we know this. Obviously, before President Trump certainly advocated for an effective border wall system. The idea of an impedance and denial there on the southwest border was a bipartisan issue. And it wasn't until President Trump got behind it, really understood that border security is national security, and listened to the men and women along that border and wanted to deliver to them what they needed to do their jobs. It's then at that point that we saw Democrats and others be against this in a very partisan way. We listen and we provide our men and women in uniform the very best tools and equipment to protect our country overseas. There's no reason that we shouldn't give the Border Patrol the ability to protect our country here at home. And so we need to listen to the operators. And again, they continue to plead with DHS leadership and the White House to give them the ability to finish that border wall construction. I think that's why you're seeing now the White House spokesperson starting to walk that back a little bit. And it's very interesting to see.
The Washington Times today had the new DHS secretary saying that, maybe we'll replace it a little bit, and I'll get into that with Tom Homan shortly. But there were two terrorists on the terrorist watch list that were found at the border from Yemen. I don't believe that's close to our southern border. How they got there is an interesting situation. So Jen Psaki was asked about this. Let's see how she handled it.
Encounters of known and suspected terrorists are very uncommon. They do underscore the importance of the critical work that is done on a daily basis to vet those at the border.
So she just says it's uncommon. Does that make it okay? Suddenly it's deleted from the DHS website too, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. The department needs to be actually publicizing and commending CBP law enforcement officers for doing their national security mission and interdicting these individuals. But it also shows you how dangerous that border is. That border is not all about minors and family units crossing the border, fleeing their countries and seeking asylum. We have criminals, we have terrorists, and we have others crossing that border. And the mission of CBP is critically important. And to have over 50% of them in the RGV alone, agents pulled off of the line because there have to be in Border Patrol facilities caring for and feeding these thousands and thousands of migrants. Right. It is impeding their national security mission. And so these are just two individuals that have been apprehended in the last 60 days. But again, we have probably over about 1,000 gotaways. So you don't know at the end of the day how many more are out there, how many more have crossed that border because we don't have the number of Border Patrol agents on the line, on the border, doing their job.
And Chad, what's crazy is it's pure politics. Everybody knows, watching us at home, watching in Washington and around the globe, how to stop it. And they just won't do it on pure political reasons. You built 480 miles of wall. You financed up to 650. A few more $1 billion, you'd finish the whole thing. But no one wants to give President Trump's team, which you are very much a part of, a victory. Chad Wolf, thanks so much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for watching the Heritage Foundation's YouTube channel. With more than 500,000 members, we are the nation's largest conservative research and education institution. We believe the principles and ideas of the American founding are worth conserving and renewing. Please help us further our mission by subscribing to this channel and sharing our videos with your family and friends.